Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
All right. Thank you so much, Olivia, and welcome back to those of you who have been following this series, either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if this is your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. Now, today's segment is going to show us how to go from hidden expert to recognized authority in only 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. Look, if you're new to the series, I have a clear mission to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. Fact is, people who randomly put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts are well-meaning, but sometimes too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers is focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each and every day. Now, no matter how long you've been unemployed, underemployed, or maybe you're just unhappily employed, my goal is to do what? To help you run your job search like a well-organized job campaign, one that has clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your job campaign manager. And if you've missed any of the segments, hey, go to my LinkedIn profile. You can watch the replays there, or better still, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, it's called Get Up and Get a Job. Just go to YouTube, type Get Up and Get a Job, click that subscribe bell, and you'll be notified every time I go live or share a video that I believe will be of help to you. All right, so let's get the party started on a Tuesday, a cold and rainy Tuesday in the Northeast, but a whole lot better than what people have been going through in the Midwest. And if you're in that situation or you have a family member or loved one who's been dealing with or hiding from those tornadoes and bad weather, our prayers are with you. Truly they are. Please do whatever you can to stay safe. All right, so let's see who's with us and making themselves known. Daniel Velez. Hey, Daniel. Daniel says, hello, William and the Get Up and Get a Job team. I'm keen to learn about today's how-to session to showcase knowledge and expertise. Yeah, we're going to talk about it, Daniel. Glad you're here. Also, Dawn Lewis, glad you're here, Dawn. Thanks for sharing time. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope your Tuesday is off to a great start. And it is. Hope the same for you. Let's see who else is making themselves known. John Werner. Hey, John. So glad you're here. Hi, William and everyone. Happy Tuesday. Looking forward to today's segment, learning about how to shift from waiting to be recognized to creating recognition opportunities. That's what it's all about. Okay, we can end the program right there. Oh, no, I got to show you how to do it. Hey, John, thanks so much for sharing. Shelly. Hey, Shelly, good afternoon. All good afternoon to you as well. Thanks for being here. We've got TJ Richardson in the house from Arizona. Good morning, everyone. Happy Edification Day. Look at you. Look at you. I just love my audience. Oh, my goodness. I love it. And then we got DJ Hellick. DJ says, what? Good morning from sunny Colorado. William and everyone. Looking forward to today's valuable information. DJ, what happened? It's just showing you as LinkedIn user. It was showing your picture and all before. I let LinkedIn can be really screwy sometimes. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's jump into the pool and get wet, huh? So our prompt today says, outline a 20-minute lunch and learn session. Now, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm going to just hang with me. Outline a 20-minute lunch and learn session I could host, showcasing my expertise in, boom, insert the topic, include objectives, 3 key takeaways, and an engaging opener. Also, a plane. Talking, I don't know what language that is. Also, explain why teaching, get my mouse back. Where's my mouse? Here we go. Why teaching gets you promoted or hired faster than just performing. So I did this on purpose today because, again, I've had folks that were joining for the first time and they're not understanding the concept of Mary and how to shift this to use it for themselves. So I figured I'd do it live on screen here, and hopefully it'll be elementary, not Watson, but whoever needs this. All right, so here we go. So we're going to change this. Outline a 20-minute lunch and learn session. Here we go. Mary, because we need to have an example. Chat has all of Mary's information, so it knows what Mary knows. And so it's going to pull from its information bank about Mary to actually help us with this prompt. All right. Mary could host showcasing her expertise in, here we go. I'm going to insert finance automation. All right, include objectives, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so here we go. Excuse me, let's make this happen. All right, let me ask you something. What if Mary stopped trying to prove her value and started teaching it instead? That's the shift that changes everything. Here's a clean, high-impact 20-minute lunch and learn session she can host that positions her not just as capable, but as indispensable. Let me share something with you here while chat finishes this up. I was asked to do a short presentation for a friend at an information session that he was hosting for his group. And once I actually got up and did my thing, he actually came to me afterwards, and he said it several times now. We didn't know you had all of that in you. One of the other coaches said, I've seen you be one of those people who just sits in the background, and I've seen you as you do your thing in the front of the room. And you're versatile like that. Now, for my introverts in the house, I got to tell you that this is the least painful way to, as they say, get out of your shell, but more than that, to share your expertise with an audience. You've got this thing called LinkedIn. Some of you are watching this by way of LinkedIn. Some of you are watching this by way of Facebook. Some of you are watching this by way of YouTube. Doesn't matter which platform. They're all free. They're all free. Did I say they're all free? They're all free. And you could schedule a 20-minute lunch and learn based on something that you know. So you're going, well, okay, how is that going to help me get a job? How's that going to help me get promoted? Well, after you have, now there are a couple of ways you can do this. You can do this live like I do and actually have folks interact with you, or you could record it. Either way, it's up to you. You could record it or you could do it live, but you can post this. For example, let's go LinkedIn. You want to post this on LinkedIn, or you want to do a LinkedIn Live. Either way, you're able to invite people. With Facebook, you're able to invite people. With LinkedIn, you're able to send the link and share it with others. Whether if you're going live, you're going to get folks to subscribe like I do, and I ask you every day to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, get up and get a job. But you could do the same thing, or you could simply provide the link in a post and say, hey, I'm going to be doing a live lunch and learn on X topic on next Tuesday. Here's the link. Or I'm going to be sharing a linked lunch and learn that I recorded, and would love for you to be a part of it. Boom. And you can post that in LinkedIn. Multiple ways to do it. But at the end of the day, 20 minutes can get you gold. Now, you say, well, how does that help me? Let's remember, part of our plan here is networking. And so whether you recorded it or you did it live, you can always share that with those people. A few weeks back, remember the folks we identified as movers and shakers that you need to be connecting with? You can always send them a link and say, hey, I did a lunch and learn on X, thought you might be interested in seeing it. Please feel free to let me know what you think. Boom. And you can tell them it's a 20-minute lunch and learn so that they know ahead of time this isn't going to be an hour and a half show, right? So again, these are the things. And if you're working at a company, this is something that you can actually send around to the folks in your company, right? Same concept. Whether the company has a platform for you to do it or not doesn't matter. Again, you've got LinkedIn, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook. I'm sure there are at least a few people in the company that you know, like, and trust, and they know, like, and trust you. And that gets the ball rolling, because once you share it with your warm audience, they can share it with others that you may not know or may not have a great working relationship with yet. And guess what? Now you're looked at differently. All right, I know I spent a lot of time up front to share this, but I want you to understand the concept totally, because this can be a game changer. All right, and feel free to share in the comments section how you feel about what we just shared. So, all right, let's take a look at this lunch and learn that ChatGPT has outlined for Mary. And her title is From Manual to Magnetic: How Finance Automation Transforms ARAP Performance. Love the title. 20-minute, simple and powerful. So the first 2 minutes is your engaging opener, or the hook as we like to call it. Story plus question combo. And so she opens up by saying, let me ask you something. How many hours did your team spend last week chasing payments, fixing errors, or updating spreadsheets? Now, imagine cutting that time in half without hiring another person. So there's your hook. It gets people who align with this. Immediately they're going, okay, I want to see what she's got to say, because yeah, we spent too much time doing that. And then there's a quick micro story. I worked with teams where talented professionals were buried in manual work, not because they lacked skill, but because their systems hadn't caught up with their potential. Today, I want to show you how automation doesn't replace financial professionals, it elevates them. Boom. That's the whole opener. That's the whole opener. Excuse me. And yes, you can use the script. It's okay. And if you need help, ChatGPT is here to help you. Or if you work with me, I'll be happy to help you as well. So here are the objectives. What are they going to walk away with? And when you're putting together your post or your flyer, or however you're going to share the information, here's what you're going to learn. Here's what you're going to walk away with. Here are your takeaways. By the end of this session, participants will understand where automation creates the biggest wins in ARAP, identify 2 to 3 processes they can automate immediately, and learn how automation positions them for leadership and promotion. Why 3? Why 3? Because we are programmed in 3s. Name, rank, serial number, red, yellow, green on our stoplights. Social security number has 3 sections to it. Name, address, telephone number. We're programmed in 3s in this culture. And so people can easily digest in 3s. Now, I mean, if you want to have 7 things, you can. But again, the idea is to keep this short and sweet, to hit it and quit it and make them want more. All right. So let's move on. Core content, 15 minutes total. Where time is being lost. So here's the reality check that Mary's going to cover. The first 5 minutes, she's going to talk about manual invoice processing, payment matching and reconciliation, and then the email back and forth for collections. And once again, footnote here, If you're not sure what to talk about around manual invoice processing, then hey, we can help you with that. But at the end of the day, you should know your stuff, real technical term there, enough to know what you should talk about around manual invoice processing as it relates to our subject, our title. All right, quick insight. Most inefficiencies aren't talent problems, they're process problems. And this is really good. Let me just say this. Let's just say Mary was doing this in a company. And even if she's not, if there's someone in a company who's watching this, who is a manager or a director or a VP, this could give them a different perspective that says, hey, we don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We don't need to get rid of people. We just need to better equip them. All righty. Here's another 5-minute piece on what automation actually looks like. Break it down. No jargon here. Invoice automation, OCR to auto entry. I'm sorry, OCR plus auto entry. Cash application tools, match payments instantly. And then the workflow automation, approvals without bottlenecks. And then do a mini demo concept. And she could talk it through or show something on the screen. So instead of 20 minutes per invoice, imagine just 2. And here's how we would do that. The career advantage, and chat says this is the goal. So for 5 minutes, this is where Mary separates herself. Automation equals visibility. Leaders notice efficiency gains. Automation equals strategy. Less busy work, more decision making. And finally, automation equals leadership readiness. So when you can show that you know how to automate, you are showing the higher ups that you are ready to be a leader in your company, on your team, in your organization, etc. And Mary is helping you to do that. But at the same time, she's helping herself. All righty. So line to land it. The person who understands the system becomes the one who leads the system. The person who understands the system becomes the one who leads the system. So 3 takeaways. Automation doesn't eliminate jobs, it eliminates wasted effort. Small process improvements create massive time and accuracy gains. And the professionals who embrace automation become the ones leaders rely on most. And so her closing call to action, remember we had 2 minutes initially on the opener. Now we got 3 minutes on the closing. Come on now, you don't need permission to start improving what you touch every day. She would encourage them to identify one manual task that they can streamline this week. Explore one automation tool or feature in their current system and start documenting improvements. This becomes promotion evidence. And here's the close. You're not just here to process transactions. You're here to improve how business moves money. And when you start thinking like that, everything changes. So that's Mary's entire 20-minute segment outlined. And again, I showed you where you can go into the prompt and swap out Mary for you, swap out her topic for your topic, and create your 20-minute. And I'm going to share one more thing with you, but let's get through the rest of this. So here's why teaching gets you promoted faster than performing. And that's gets you hired as well as promoted. Here's the truth most people miss. Performance makes you valuable. I need John. I need Jane. Why? Because they do a great job at what they do. But teaching makes you visible, because when you're able to share information with others in a way that they can replicate it in their own lives, in their own jobs, guess what? Now it takes your value to a new level and people notice you in a different way, because visibility is what decision makers reward. Teaching signals leadership readiness. Anyone can do the work. Leaders multiply the work through others. Others. Wow, did I say others? Others. When Mary teaches, she demonstrates clarity of thought. She shows ownership beyond her role. So it's not just about what she's doing in her little corner of the office, but it's about how she's affecting the entire company. She positions herself as someone who can lead teams, not just tasks. Why? Because she's able to train and teach others. Teaching forces mastery. You don't truly understand something until you can explain it simply. Teaching sharpens expertise. It exposes gaps, which she can fix quickly, and it builds confidence and high stakes conversations. Once you know your subject matter the way you really need to know it, you can have those conversations with the higher ups. You can have those conversations with your peers. You can have conversations with strangers who are considering you for an opportunity with them. And then teaching builds influence without authority. Influence is what gets people promoted. It's what gets people hired as well. When others say, that session helped me, she really knows her stuff. She's no longer just doing her job. She's shaping how others do theirs. That's my goal here. I'm trying to shape, I shouldn't say I'm trying, I believe I am shaping how you approach your job campaign differently based on the knowledge that I'm sharing with you. Teaching creates strategic visibility. Let's be honest, leadership doesn't see everything you do daily, but they will notice a well-run session, positive feedback from peers, and improved team performance tied to your insights. That's how opportunities open up. Final word, Mary doesn't need to wait to be recognized, as John said earlier. She can step into it. She can create her own vehicle for recognition. Let me show you something. That's how it starts. That's how it starts, by saying, let me show you something. You've got this. And more importantly, help is here. Oh my goodness. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to get the link to today's prompt, and you let me know if this was of benefit to you. And I really want to know if I just wasted your time or you found some value in what we just shared. And again, I'm going to point out the fact that there's a QR code here, and there's a scrolling, the ticker that's been scrolling across. And the website is simply williamcanhelp.com. That's it, williamcanhelp.com. You want to have me to work with you as your coach in your job campaign, I'm here to help you. All righty. And let's go ahead and pop this into the comment section. And let's see what we got. Some folks made some comments. Dawn Lewis says, very beneficial. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback. Let's see. John says, thank you, William. Many professionals underestimate how much credibility they already have. Say that again. Many professionals underestimate how much credibility they already have. A structured session like this simply makes that credibility visible and accessible to others. Absolutely. And that's what we're trying to do here. Remember, we have to do something different in this job market. This is not how we used to get a job in 2015, folks. It's not even how we used to get a job in 2020. Here we are in 2026, and things are very different. And things are different, times are different. And it's like times are different every day. I mean, this has been a roller coaster ride, can I tell you? But we have to counter that by doing things that help make us stand out in a good way. And this, my friends, is one of the quickest ways and one of the best ways, and you can do it all for free. All righty. All right, that's all I got for you. Please, please, please take the time to pay attention to what's going on around you as you go about your way and your day between now and tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. If you hear something or see something that seems out of place, say something to someone. Be the difference maker in someone else's life as well as yours. Don't be paranoid, just watch as well as pray. And with that, I'm going to tell you, there are 3 things that I want you to remember. You ready? Here we go. God loves you. I love you. Nothing you can do about it. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Wow. That was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.